What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Drizzle Gammon, and I am back with another episode of the UAB Dynasty Blazing a New Path. Episode number 21, week 10, for the number 19 UAB Blazers, who coming off an overtime win versus FAU at home, will look to continue their American Conference dominance. As you see here on the screen first, we'll take a peek into these conference standings since we're getting here a little late in the season. As you see, atop the conference, the American Conference, the UAB Blazers, sitting at 7-1 overall, 4-0 in the conference, having only played 4 games against a handful of opponents, and having the other half of their games played thus far in the season being non-conference. Only losing 1 game this season, and that was to the only other top 25 opponent that we've had thus far in this season. As you look across the conference, there's not very many other teams that are as good as UAB. North Texas, who, when we played them last season, were undefeated, but we were able to beat them pretty convincingly, pretty easily, is up to 6-0 in the conference. And although we do not see them on our schedule this year, that may be a rematch, a potential rematch that we may see in the conference championship game, and Tulane, who will follow them at 3-1. And our opponent today, Temple. The Temple Owls, who are 6-2 overall, 3-1, and sitting at 4th in the American Conference. But of course, there's that two-way tie. And as you see, the rest of the conference will fall out with UTSA, East Carolina, USF, Navy, Tulsa, Rice, Charlotte, Memphis, Florida Atlantic, and the abysmal Army Black Knights. And so as we continue to look around the league and we look into the college football bracket, we're looking at that for a reason today. As you'll see on your screen, the UAB Blazers, for the first time under Coach Dave Cena, and for the first time in college football playoff history, potentially, as it stands right now, have a projection to be a qualifier for that college football playoff. If it all ended today, the UAB Blazers will be taking on Auburn, the number 5 team in the country right now. The Blazers, as they look backwards at their schedule again, now have a handful of games left. As you'll see on the screen, Temple, Rice, USF, UTSA. Again, we beat 1 out of these last 4 opponents that we have right now. Only 2 of those opponents did we see last season. In the last season, USF beat us pretty convincingly. I'm sorry, not convincingly. In a very close game where eventual Heisman winner Byron Brown, who we're very happy to see go to the NFL, led this team all up and down the field against the Blazer defense. And so coming off a blowout against Navy, a close game against Army, and another close game against Florida Atlantic, Elijah Oehlke, Caleb Brown, James Ingram now look at home again to go on and continue this win streak, now up to 4, and go 5-0 here in a night game against the 6-2 Temple Owls.
It was a great week, and watching that tape before,
and so the Blazer defense up first. And after a really bad game last week, defending the pass, there on the first play, Pete will run away from the running back streaking out of the backfield. And I wanted to speak on the Blazers focusing here this week. I'm sorry, I think that might have been the tight end or the wingback. But the Blazers needing to focus somehow on the pass, or, defending the pass. But on the very first play of the game, they gave up a very big play, giving up upwards to almost 50 yards. We're just hoping now not to give up another big game against another bad quarterback, as you'll see a pass break up there. After a nice pass, one that we almost jumped in front of and caught an interception. It's on 3rd and 2. Temple will run. and just get across the line as we were there in the backfield, but unable to come up with a tackle. Now on the 28, Temple and the offense with a direct snap to the running back. And he'll get off a defender, but the ball's knocked loose and picked up there by Kerry Brown, who shakes off an offensive player and is tackled out of bounds by the quarterback. And much like last week, forcing fumbles is this Blazer defense, something they've been pretty good at the last 2 weeks. 3 forced fumbles in so many games. This one today by Kenny Pete, who comes through with the big hit, jars the ball loose, and is picked up by Kerry Brown. And that'll bring out Elijah Oehlke in this offense for the first time in this game.
The give on the inside. Nice move to pick up yardage. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
A solid start to the game there was by Darren Tabor DT. And now we'll bring Ingram in, who had 11 carries in the last game. And that wasn't to be overshadowed in the first half of last week's game by Oehlke, who had upwards to 80 yards on the ground. As you'll see, he'll already step up here in this first quarter and go down, getting us up across the 50-yard line down to the 44.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the
And that's
football,
reminiscent of what we saw last week from Oehlke. Is now he'll bring his offense back out now with 3.5 minutes and hand it off to DT Darren Tabor once again. We'll go up the middle for about 4 yards.
10, 15 times a game, make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later in football games, they turn into 5.
After such a quiet game last week, I think it's only fair that we get LeCounte into the game early and get him a handoff, and he'll break a couple tackles and get a first down. And feeling the momentum from just that first rush from LeCounte, Oehlke will be instructed to run his line back to the huddle. Running back to the line, and he'll dump it down to Ferguson on the RPO and get a first down there. And Coach Cena again signaling to Oehlke to bring the offense back to a hurry. As he'll see something, he sees Ferguson there. He stops and pops. And that's a very good throw, a very good catch there by Oehlke to get us down now to the 6-yard line. And seeing some unbalance here from the defense, Oehlke will make an adjustment and hand the ball off to LeCounte, who will go in and dive in for a touchdown, proving that off that turnover by Pete, scooped up by Kerry Brown, the offense immediately goes down and puts up 6 pretty quickly here in the first quarter.
Out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
And so the defense out now for the second time in this game. A.J. Brown lined up there at that sub linebacker position, but there met in the backfield is Jair Peterson. The running back swallowed up for a 4-yard loss. Jordan Gilbert will scan the field, seeing now that it's going to be a pass, and everything seems to be guarded, which is a very good sign in comparison to what we saw last week. It looked like we couldn't guard anything, but there, able to lock everything up on the field, kind of looking like somewhat what the defense looks like against us, as Des Rick, stride for stride with the receiver, will give up the catch, going for the interception there. Probably should have just went for the breakup. There on 3rd and long. Very poor completion to give up by Des Ricks. Again, being aggressive. Probably could have went for the breakup and got it. Is there over the middle is the receiver, who breaks off a very big tackle and is able to get 8 yards. Now setting up a 2nd and 2. So on 2nd and 2, and under center is the quarterback now. He'll go out off tackle to the running back. And the fullback gets in the way just enough of our defender, and nobody gets home. And that'll be a Temple touchdown.
Created the open lane and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Over the years,
5 plays is all it would take there for Temple to go down the field and score after a very big completion on 3rd and 14. And so we'll come back out now trying to hand it off to Ingram and go backwards on our first play.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes.
Looking a lot like Temple's last drive, going backwards on their first play. And so hopefully we'll have somewhat of the look that they had as we'll hand it off for a second time up the middle to Tabor. But our offensive lineman just can't get out of the way fast enough for Tabor to see all the green grass in front of him. And that'll end the beautiful part about this offense is just like last year with Javon Jackson and Isaiah Jacobs. There are so many different options on this team. Whereas we have 70 yards on the ground already rushing. And not that many passes thrown. And so I would love to throw the ball more with Oehlke, but there is no immediate threat to do so. As we'll try to get the ball there to Caleb Brown, and much like the same interception that Oehlke threw last week, trying to see Caleb Brown over the middle, maybe getting a step, but a linebacker there in front of him, and he'll catch the interception, as we probably had somebody else open. But I had my eyes locked in on 2 different things.
Makes the catch, it's sticky, and he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 2. Here for the Owls. And the Blazer defense crowding the line, sensing that a run was coming, and able to hold them just to 1 yard or no gain on that play. Bringing up now 3rd and 2 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Not quite the offensive output that we had last week, or not quite yet, as we did score 28 in the 2nd quarter, and Watson is spun out of his shoes there by the running back outside, and he's able to pick up the first, now down to the 28.
The right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play, just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain.
And there, with the interception by my user Wilson, just able to read the routes over there, seeing that there was some kind of trail concept coming. As you'll see, the Temple quarterback walks off, shaking his head, wondering what in the world could he have possibly seen. And we'll try to get the ball here to Hawkins on the first play of the drive for a short game.
2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air.
Oehlke now will drop back, seeing Caleb Brown, but overshoots him, and if he had connected with him, oh my, he would still be running right now. He would be in the end zone right now. They would be on the sideline, but instead it's 3rd down, and he'll dump it down to Hawkins on the right side, and 12 this time can't come up with a quick tackle, and Hawkins is now up to the 44-yard line.
And the Blazers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Hawkins, one of our upperclassmen receivers, has been a very consistent contributor thus far this season, as we'll go backwards there on the first play. So I'd love to see about getting him involved more. I'm always terrible about throwing to the right side of the field. As we'll hand it off to Tabor. Can go nowhere. And so with the loss, now with momentum starting out in the drive, we'll have to see about finding a way. Here coming up on the 2-minute mark. And throws it a bit early, but Hawkins is able to come up with the catch, as we probably should have hit that second route out of the backfield. It looks like we would have had a lot of green grass, but anticipated that Hawkins would jump out in front of that linebacker a little bit faster, and that'll bring out the punt team.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting.
So a couple disappointing sets of drives there for the Blazers after the first drive of the game.
Looking for a man. It's hard.
And kind of in the second half of last week's game as well. So kind of having a dry spell, being able to consistently put together drives, punch the ball into end zone against a couple teams. And as someone that is projected to be in the college football playoff right now, that's not the kind of problem you want to have at this point in the season. Is that down below on the ticker, I saw that Stanford beat number 17. And Auburn loses to South Carolina, so giving us more opportunities. I'm sorry. Auburn beat South Carolina as Amare Adams will come up with a sack. But the things that will give us chances to move up happening right in front of us is here on third down, and another back-to-back sacks there for that defensive line, generating some pressure. Something they did at the end of last week's game.
The DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Timeout called by the defense.
And so after a timeout there, after the last play, that'll of course now force Temple to actually punt the ball. And Caleb Brown with his heels on about the 15-yard line will take the punt. And he'll get outside, see a little bit of a crease, and get down to the 35-yard line. I think for the first time in quite a while, we'll have to be a little more aggressive here with Elijah Oehlke throwing the ball. He's a great thrower. He's a great runner. But I don't feel like we've done enough to really showcase his arm, as here on the first play we'll do just that. And with a catch to Ferguson, as Temple is in this prevent set, that's going to bring us all the way up now to the 36. And so with a double mug look, it looks like the Owls are bringing pressure. And so Oehlke will make a couple adjustments just in case. And he'll just dump it down to Tabor, who'll shake a defender and get up now to the 29-yard line. And the Blazers will take a timeout.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And the Blazers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
And so now with 20 seconds left on 2nd and 3, Oehlke will roll out, seeing some space, trying to get a block there from Hawkins and get out of bounds upwards to the 20-yard line for a first down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom.
Oehlke, once again at the line, will take the snap and overthrow Ferguson as he was trying to throw on the run there. Would have possibly had another first down there if they were able to connect, as Ferguson had a lot of space in front of him. Now with 10 seconds left here in the second quarter, another good throw there to Elder, who's not looking for the pass, and it'll be incomplete. Elder, who doesn't get a lot of targets, seeing one for the first time there in this game, and seeing a one-on-one possibility there on the left side with Caleb Brown. Will throw it back shoulder and connect there on a beautiful throw by Oehlke. The KB, Caleb Brown, for 6, leaving only 3 seconds there left in the half, as of course the Blazers will receive the second half kickoff. And I said it once before in the previous game, anytime I have a one-on-one opportunity with Caleb Brown, I'm going to take that chance. As you can tell, I see the press coverage here by Temple, so I know that he's trying to guard the inside. And so go outside to Caleb Brown, and he's able to come up with the big catch. Temple kicking off to start the second half. Hawkins back deep to receive the kick. Sees a crease and tries to get through the lane, but just not fast enough. Much like last week, but he was almost able to come up with a return. And Oehlke back on the field now with Ingram in the backfield. Will hand it off up the middle. Has space, but not able to get through. Only getting a gain of 1. I want a little revenge here for the last play. Is Ingram, who's still in the backfield, and will send Hawkins in motion now to try to see what kind of setup this defense is in. But we're still going to just hand it right back off to Ingram, who sees a little bit of space and gets a 7-yard pickup. And so just for rotational purposes, wear and tear, LeCounte will now check into the game and take a handoff here on 3rd and 2, but come up with nothing. Not wanting to come off the field, Oehlke pleads with Coach Cena to let him go for it, and he does. And he'll dump it down to Hawkins here on the RPO and get across. As we have an injury on the offensive line. And so after the injury timeout and the substitution, the Blazers will come back out on offense. And once again, hand it off to Ingram up the middle again. Here for a gain of 5.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. The Blazers
3rd and 1 now. After a catch on that last play by Byler, we'll hand it off here to Tabor. We'll get it across. And now a second injury on that offensive line. One of our better offensive linemen, Adam LeCounte.
You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration.
So now, after 2 replacements on the offensive line, I think both being on the left side, as you'll see the pressure they're coming from that left side. And we give up our first sack of the game. So definitely needing our starting offensive lineman. As we'll see Brown here on the left side, and we'll get him a 10-yard pickup. Oehlke having another one of those efficient games. We'll drop back here on 3rd and 9 with a pass play opportunity. And just throw it away, as he had something and a chance to run, but decided against it, and that'll send out the kicking team. And after a miss from 50 last week, we're definitely hoping to make sure we connect this week. And that one looking very good power-wise, slices down the middle, and will now make this a 10-point game with 3 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Temple will come back out now on offense. And there, the receiver off a double move, really nice route, gets away from all of our defenders, finds a soft spot in the zone, and is able to come up with a really big catch there on the first play of the drive. And Temple trying to match a score after a field goal on the last drive by the Blazers. We'll bring out a 5-wide set now, having not yet ran yet on this drive.
Back to throw, it's Hart. Got it in the middle, it's Sticky. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
After 3 straight pass plays, I'm almost willing to bet that this run may officially come on this play. But instead, the quarterback will drop back once again. They're almost coming up with the interception or some type of deflection. Is Kerry Brown, I'm sorry. But unable to come up with anything. And after breaking off a couple tackles, the receiver is able to come up with the 1st down, bringing the Temple Owls now up to the 32-yard line. And the running back will patiently run the ball there, getting a 6-yard gain. Now under a minute in the 3rd quarter. Temple will drop back again, looking to throw there over the middle, and will go for a touchdown there with waning seconds left to go in the third quarter.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous.
Good running room on that one, and just about got loose.
There's no pressure in this situation, but I would definitely love to come away with more than just 3 points here on this drive, as Oehlke will roll out, get outside the pocket, get down the left sideline, past the 40, up to the 30, and run out of bounds. As you'll see here, for Oehlke, the pocket collapsing, he feels the pressure and gets outside his running back and gets past 3 defenders there on the left side, up to the 30-yard line.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss.
So,
and the next thing you know,
what'll probably be the last play of the third quarter. Oehlke once again will drop back, seeing Ferguson there over the middle with a chance to score. But it is broken up. And so with 1 second left in the third quarter, Easy Oehlke once again will take the snap, seeing pressure, sensing it, will just throw this ball away and end the third quarter. Earlier, I stopped myself mid-sentence as I see down below. Also today, Texas beat Alabama, who was number 16 and also in front of us. Louisville was the team that I was trying to mention that lost to Stanford, who I believe also is ranked right in front of us at number 17.
This is one of those unique situations.
And with the short gain there on third down, that'll force a tough decision on Coach Cena. But with 6.5 minutes and a lot of time left, he'll take points and send his kicking team out again, and again with a very good kick. We'll take 3 points, now making it a 6-point lead, making it 20-14. So now, back on the field is the Blazer defense. And on play action is the first play of the drive. Watson breaks it up. I'm able to come away with a big critical stop as this passing attack has not slowed down. They continue to pass the ball here. Not running the ball very often at all, as he'll dump it down short over the middle, making it 3rd and 6. And with one stop right here, that'll give the Blazer defense a chance to get off the field a little bit earlier, and it's thrown short and pushed out as the receiver by A.J. Brown, and that will force a punt for the Temple Owls.
He's going to try to flip the field with this one.
Caleb Brown receiving the punt. KB will find the space needed, and with a pretty good gain there, will get us up to the 44-45 yard line. Surveying the field, knowing the look that he has, will make a change to the play and make a second change as he sees a defender there on the right side that he doesn't want to run into. And there, recognizing the blitz, will dump it down to Hawkins, who will get a first down in the first play of the drive. And so, Easy Oehlke showing his smarts there, making the necessary adjustments on the fly here in the fourth quarter, maturing right in front of our eyes. And Ingram will pick up 6. Easy Oehlke, a freshman redshirt, I'll continue to say it, from Wake Forest, did not see the field last year for Wake Forest. As we continue to see his rise here in this first season, having good games on the ground, having good games in the air, making good decisions. The only bad decisions he's made are the ones that I've made for him. As he'll see Brown here in the back of the end zone, but it's broken up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the goal, not able to connect with the quarterback.
And so on 4th and inches on our own side of the ball, we'll line up, going for it, and snap it directly to Ingram, who finds a crease and gets more than just 1. It gets us about 13 and a first down, continuing the drive, driving the clock even more. Now down to 3 minutes. The Blazers not exactly looking to slow down, as we're throwing out to Byler there, as he's bumped by his own man. It's incomplete. So with the clock stopped, of course, we'll also need to think about that as well. So we'll hand it off here to Ingram, who has 2 guys in front of him. And he'll pick up 7 there, making it 3rd and 3. So, of course, you know my philosophy on 3rd and 3, especially in scoring territory. Don't go backwards, no mistakes, no turnovers. Elijah Oehlke will make an adjustment and pull the ball here on the read option. He's going to try to get outside, but he gets enough for the first down, but he is down. And holding his wrist is Oehlke. And that is not what you want to see right now. Not what you want to see from your starting quarterback. They're late in a very critical game, as that'll bring out Mixon, our freshman. And he'll hand it off here on his first play to Tabor, who was hit immediately in the backfield by a blitzing defensive back, and we're able to bring Oehlke back in, who just has elbow bursitis. He's able to return, and we throw an elbow pad on him, but it's not even equipped. And so here on 2nd and 10, with Oehlke returning, we'll bring a man in motion, dump it down to Kerry Brown, and it's complete, but he's gathered there. And Temple will take their second timeout. So now on 3rd and 5 again, my philosophy, don't go backwards, no mistakes, no turnovers. So we'll bring Hawkins in motion and just simply hand it off to Ingram, who even yet and still will give us enough to wind the rest of this clock on down. Just show Temple that we'll line up as if we're going for this. But we're going to go to the 2-minute, so they don't have any timeouts left, and we're going to line up for a field goal to make this a 9-point game and see about walking out of here with a win. Lining up for his 3rd straight try on as many possessions as the kicker. And he'll snap it, and it's up and good. Making this a 23-14 game now with less than 2 minutes and 1 timeout. That'll just about do it, barring any unforeseen catastrophes that could happen at the end of this game. Hopefully it's sending this UAB Blazer crowd home happy after about the 4th or 5th win in a row here for the Blazers. The quarterback seeing something he likes in the defense and making adjustments, and he'll dump it down short, as he's done quite a bit. And with the short game, keeping everything in front of us, we'll line up in a cover 3 set now. Jordan Gilbert, AJ Brown surveying the offense, as we'll try to go for a hit stick there with Kerry Brown. And like I said, barring any unforeseen catastrophes. And there comes catastrophe, waiting in the darkness, as now Temple is up to the 34-yard line, threatening already. But the clock's still going pretty rapidly. And there with the sack is Peterson. Late in this game, this defensive line generating a lot of pressure, giving us a lot of opportunities at sacks as long as we stay in coverage, keeping everything in front of us as we continue to do. Calling different stunts, trying to do something different to show the quarterback a different look. As there again is Peterson coming out with a sack. And I believe Peterson may be a junior, so he may be returning as well. And so looking at, oh my goodness, as Peterson gets home on 3 straight plays. And that will do it. As on 3 straight plays, Jazeer Peterson is able to get his hands on the quarterback. That will effectively bring us up now to 8-1. And after a pretty tough game, again, now bringing our win streak up to 5 in a row.
Leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams
5 in a
go out
row.
and
And I
play
believe we have
like
to
it's
face
so
Rice
in-depth.
next,
Like if they lose
an
the
opponent from
game,
the
their
previous
entire
season.
is over. This game wasn't
As
for
we
the
look through the
national
stats.
championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team.
Oehlke with 1 touchdown, 1 interception again, 158. And again, another impressive game on the ground by a host of runners, running by committee. James Ingram having 11 carries again, a second straight game. Tabor having 7 carries in this game for 39 yards. And LeCounte having 3 for 16 and a touchdown. And our solo touchdown coming at the end of the second quarter. Caleb Brown and Oehlke able to hook up. Hawkins actually being our high catch fan today. He did have quite a few catches. Byler came away with the catch. Ferguson had some very critical catches as well. And especially on that defense, we're going to say it again. Jazeer Peterson able to come away with 3 straight attempts at the quarterback, as well as Odinger and Amare Adams. Cadillac Adams, man. That's what we're going to call him from now on. The freshman pure power from South Carolina. We are so fortunate to have him. We have played such a very good game today. Hopefully we'll continue this dominance as we continue in the season. Join us next week, week 11 of the UAB Dynasty, blazing a new path. My name is Drizzle Gaming, and I'm out.